We are kicking off today's episode in the beautiful, historic, and charming town of POULSBO, Washington. POULSBO is a beautiful, historic town on the Puget Sound in the northwestern region of Washington state. The town was settled in the 1880s by a number of Norwegian and Scandinavian immigrants, and they celebrate that history throughout the entire town. A fun fact, it was actually supposed to be named POULSBO with an A in it, but when the handwritten letter made it to Washington, D.C., the handwriting was misread, and therefore it was known as POULSBO with an OU thereafter. But I learned after the fact that it is still pronounced POULSBO. Today, I am so excited to meet up with someone that I have been online friends with for years, but we have never met in person. We are going to check out Abigail's amazing vintage store here in downtown POULSBO. Oh my gosh, this is too cute. We're both filming each other. It's been so many years coming. Oh my gosh, I love we're both filming.
It's Frank Lloyd Wright in a VHS.
In Mexico, in a free box.
In a free box.
This is amazing. I'm so excited to watch it. I'm gonna have to go to my parents. They are the ones that have the VHS player.
Well, VHS is back in. Like,
Oh,
in style.
it's gonna be in style. Look at this.
Well, come on and see.
I've been there. Abigail has had her vintage store here for 4 years now. She just celebrated her 4-year anniversary, and we are cut from the same cloth. We both love to travel and explore our beautiful world, finding treasures everywhere. And it's not hard to see why I love her store because we have very, very similar style. These are vintage Libby glasses, and I am so excited to get these today because they are going to be absolutely perfect for my kind of Moroccan theme that I currently have going on in my studio kitchenette area. I can't wait to show you at the end of the video why I'm so excited about these. Let's just say the pattern is going to go perfect with something I already have for that space. In the front office area, when you first walk into the studio, I'm going to be doing a lion gallery wall. There might be a few tigers, but pretty much everything I have going on in that space has lions on it. I'll show you at the end of the video where this is going to go, and I'd love some advice on what I should do about the frame and the matting. I have seen this blessings on a piece before, and I believe that this is by a Pacific Northwest artist, Michael McCarter, and would have been originally part of a sushi set. Maybe this was the sushi tray platter. I love the hand-stamped designs on this. I think this tray is so beautiful. It should be displayed vertical instead of covered with food. It is an art piece. I'm also going to get this beautiful painting. What's really unique about this one is that it is long and linear instead of vertical. So many paintings on boards tend to be vertical. This would be really beautiful mixed into a gallery wall when you're looking for different shapes and sizes of art. Abby's having a 20% off sale to celebrate her 4-year anniversary here at the store, so I'm excited today to buy a few things and support her shop. There is a famous little family-owned bakery in the downtown area that you have to visit when you are here. As soon as you walk in, the smell is going to just overwhelm you, so go hungry because you are going to have so many options to choose from. They make their baked goods right there, and they make them the old way. I opted for a butterhorn with the almond topping instead of the streusel topping because I'm just not that much of a sweets person, and he said that this would kind of calm it down just a little bit with the sweetness. So looks amazing, and I'm set for vintage shopping after this. Saltwater Antiques is right around the corner from Abigail's Artful Abode, and it's right on the bay. This is a great store if you're into antiques, beach style, or even farmhouse. And they have an espresso bar and truffles to keep you happy while you're shopping. They also had some really beautiful handmade local jewelry. Just about a block away is another antique store called the Cat's Meow. Oh, I used to collect this click-a-tap pottery. Well, I collected it in coffee mugs. I've never seen it in a giant vase like this. Oh my goodness. $45. That's not bad. It's amazing. Look at all the colors. I love the layered look. And they have the matching pitcher too. Let's see how much the pitcher is. 27. I think I might do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna have some fun with this. Now I can see why they call it the Cat's Meow. There are cats everywhere in this store. And I've got to scan them all because what if there is a Lisa Larson cat hidden in here? Look at this funny one. He's so cute. He's tall and skinny. Let's see how much he is. Fred Harvey era Maddox, California cat. $45. That's pretty fun. I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it. I am almost positive that this is a Carol Grace Loretto piece. And I've seen this signature before, and I know that I've seen these valued at several $100s, maybe even up to $400 or $500. They had this listed at $80, but it's currently on sale for only $65. Okay, I didn't find a Lisa Larson cat, but I'm a huge fan of these vintage cats from Chile. This is a large one. I've found smaller versions of this cat before. It's only $24, and this is going to be the perfect pop of color to decorate with. Now we are at an antique mall just a few minutes away. It's about a 3-minute drive from the cute little downtown area. And this one is called Antiques in POULSBO. The sign says open, so we're gonna go inside and see what we can find. As you can see, I've already started filling up the back of the car, and this is day 1 out of 2 full days of picking up here in Washington. So it's gonna be fun to see the entire haul and what we find on this adventure. I might have to break this up into 2 episodes. We'll see. It just depends on how much stuff I find inside this antique store. I've been collecting the agate Pass fabrique pottery for years, and it is so hard to find. I currently have all of my large dinner plates, my bowls, and my coffee mugs with saucers, but I don't have any of the platters. They've got 3 of them here in my agate Pass pattern, and they are $40 each. I don't think I need 3 of this size. I think I just need 2. And I just talked to Steven at the front counter, and he's going to do them for $32 each. Which, if you are familiar with fabric pottery, that is actually not a bad price. Sometimes these platters sell for almost $100. I'm obsessed with this clock. I don't know if it's because it reminds me of something from my childhood, but it's really familiar to me, and it has 2 matching candlesticks that go with the clock. He is asking only $100 for the set of 3, so we are absolutely going to get it. The only problem is the clock is missing the key to turn it. So for now, the clock is just going to be a staging clock, and I'll see if I can find someone who would be able to make a new key for me. If you have any suggestions or tips on a location that might be able to make a new key for me, please let me know in the comments below. This is my favorite lamp I've ever seen in my entire life. Quite possibly. Wow. I've never collected a lot of Bauer pottery, but I'm really loving the simplicity of this bowl. It's got a beautiful rib design, and I love it because it's in matte black. I think that this is actually going to be a really nice addition to our kitchen. I think it's going to look awesome with our tile. Here is my haul. I'm so excited right now. This lamp is going to go in our living room, which I'm currently working on doing our living room makeover. And then this is a beautiful Aldo Landi Potosi vase. And I'm really excited to try to learn a little bit more about the stones that are in this set It's 2 candle holders and the clock, and it looks pretty old. So I'm gonna do some research on that. And a couple fabric plates, a bower bowl, and this beautiful wooden bowl. I know I only showed you a few clips in the store, but I was actually here for almost an hour, and you have to add antiques in POULSBO if you come to this city. Stephen is wonderful, and if you like mid-century, his store is packed with it. This is exactly the reason that I love hitting the road and going to new places. I got to meet Stephen, the owner of the antique store, and he's been doing this for so many years, and he has so much knowledge, and not just knowledge of the vintage items that he's selling, but also the industry and all the different people who've been in this industry for a long time. It was really neat to get to talk to him about who we knew mutually. And guess who he's friends with? George, the antique nomad. And anybody that's a friend of George's is a friend of mine. And I also got to meet some wonderful, wonderful women. So I have to say hi to Sophia and Corey of Corey Harris Interior Design. It was an absolute pleasure to chat with you, and you made that entire experience in Stephen's store so much fun. They might even be able to make it down to come and be shoppers at the COAST FLEA this summer, since we're only a few hours away from Portland. This ends our time here in POULSBO, but this is just the beginning of this weekend's picking trip. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode. We're gonna go back to the studio, and I'm gonna decorate and talk more about all of these amazing things that I just found, and then stay tuned for part 2 and maybe even part 3 of this Washington picking trip. And I will see you in a brand new episode soon. Before we get to decorating, I've got to thank today's sponsor for this video, Squarespace. You all know how much I love Squarespace. I talk about it all the time. It is how I became successful at selling my vintage finds. There have been a lot of recent shifts with other online selling platforms, and that is the exact reason why 10 years ago I made the decision to launch my own independent website so that I had full creative control and full control over how my brand was represented and how my products were sold. Squarespace is an all-in-one platform for building your brand and growing your business online. And you can easily make your website stand out and be beautiful by using one of their many, many customizable templates. Not only will your website be beautiful and easy to build out the way you want it, it will help you engage with your audience, sell anything you want, your products, your content, what you create, and even your time. Whether you are looking to have an online presence for your small business, or you are simply looking for the analytics to find out what people are clicking on when they come to your website, Squarespace offers an all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. Head to squarespace.com when you are ready to start your free trial, and when you are ready to launch your own website, head to squarespace.com/leftcoast to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. A huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. POULSBO was amazing. I had such a great time getting to know Abby in person. We've talked on Instagram for years and also on YouTube. So if you don't follow her on YouTube, you should check out her channel. I will put the link in the description below, and I will also put it up here along with her Instagram handle. And she's just wonderful. And I love that about the internet. It brings those of us who have common interests and passions together. And I just think it's the most beautiful thing in the world. I know the internet can be a very toxic place if you let it be, but it can also bring beautiful people together. So it was wonderful getting to meet Abby and hear some of her traveling stories and talk about vintage, which we both love. And you're gonna get to see a little bit more of her in an upcoming episode, because the next day we went to Thrift-A-Palooza together in Puyallup, Washington, and we both found some really good stuff, and we also hit some other antique stores together. So I'm really excited about this little series. I know this is episode 1. I'm already wearing a hat that I find in episode 2. I filled the entire car, and I can't wait to pull out everything I found on this trip and show it to you. Right now I've just got the finds from today's episode behind me, and I'm going to show you them up close and personal and tell you a little bit more about them and show you why I think they are so beautiful and how I would stage them. We're just going to start with this because I do not believe that I actually showed us taking this beautiful art piece down from the wall. So this was from Abby's store, and it was something that she found on her recent trip to Mexico. She found it at a flea market, and we still don't know the history on it. It's kind of interesting because the signature there looks like it has the date of 22. Obviously, it's a mid-century era piece, so it wouldn't be 1922 or 2022. It is titled Closing, and it's really beautiful. It's on a canvas, and the entire canvas was painted with this white color, and then the additional artwork was painted on top of that. But it's just really beautiful, and we have no idea about the history. So if anybody has any thoughts on possibly who this artist's signature might be, please let us know. We'd be so grateful. I'm gonna do lots of research and see what I can find out. I found so many things that I'm just in love with on this episode, and the clock and the 2 candlesticks has to be one of the top finds. It was only $100 for all 3 pieces, and I just feel like that's a really good deal. I feel like the candle holders alone are probably worth $150 at least, maybe $200. They're absolutely beautiful, and I just love the stones. This is one of the pieces that's going to end up back at home in our kitchen. So this will be really pretty to pull out when we are hosting events. We can put fruit in it, vegetables, rolls, chips, anything. Super useful. And I had to get the click-a-tap pottery just because I used to collect the coffee mugs. I ended up selling them all, and I am going to list this in my next shop sale, which is possibly today. Depends on what day I launch this video. My next sale is April 7th at 3 p.m. Pacific time on my website, leftcoastrevivals.com. You know, I love my critters, and I love having fun, colorful, playful animals when I'm decorating. They just look so cute on bookshelves. This one's signed Pablo Zabal Chile. The colors in this artwork are just so beautiful with the yellow and the blues, and I love the shape on it, the fact that it's long and linear. So that's going to be really pretty to add into a gallery wall. This plate is so cool. I love how it has the repetitive stamped design into it. So this would look amazing just displayed like this as an actual piece of art rather than just a serving tray. But of course it's completely functional to use as that too. And then these beautiful cups are gonna be perfect in our little kitchenette area. As we get finished here in the kitchenette, we're gonna actually install a shelf that's gonna go above here. That's gonna have all of the glasses and some dishes on top of it. For right now, everything's just kind of piled over here, but you can kind of get an idea what I'm doing over here. And what's so amazing about finding these vintage Libby glasses is that look what I got for hardware for the front of this cabinet. I still need to paint one more coat of this cream paint on here, and then I was going to install little drawer pulls right here and right here, and I just love that it's going to have that same flower design on it as the cups that are going to go right above it. Stay tuned for an update on how all of this is going to turn out soon. This is definitely going to be one of the keepers out of today's haul. It's a 1960s Aldo Landi Batosi vase, and it's got good shape, and it's so simple and minimal, and I love the texture on it. This is going to be a really good one to add to our collection at home because it's going to be so neutral that it can go with everything. And then this beautiful pottery is signed, and that is a CG there on the bottom, and this is by designer Carol Grace Loretto, and it is quite valuable, so this was a really good find. This is a really special piece because it's going to go in the studio, and I'll show you where that's going to go in a few minutes. It is a Japanese piece that is signed, and I just think it's so beautiful. Here's going to be where I'm going to have all my lions. Right now I have this one already up. This is actually from Finland, and so he's got cool tail, and I think it's going to be really neat to have these lions and tigers from all over. Every country and culture stylizes lions a little bit differently. I've got a medieval carved lion here, and then I have this beautiful brass piece with the 2 lions, and I think that somebody had told me this originally would have been mounted on a wall when you enter the door, and it would have had holy water in it. And then this large bowl with the lion in the center was handmade in Morocco. And then my lion chairs were carved in Mexico in the 1970s. I love this. I'm having so much fun creating this space, and I can't wait to tell you the story of why I'm doing big cats everywhere. I'm gonna save that for the reveal because it's kind of a special one to me. I'm working working hard on getting this space finished, so I will be sharing that with you very soon. Clearly I'm desperate for spring around here because I've been picking up lots of things with spring flowers on them. I'm so excited about this lamp. So I didn't tell you when I was there, but this is a Raymore Italian pottery hand-painted lamp from the 1960s. There are a couple of these that look like they sold for over $1,000. I ended up getting the lamp for $250, which I felt was really reasonable considering how much they have been selling and have sold for online. Lately, I've been obsessed with late 1800s, early 1900s pottery by Newcomb. I think it's also called Newcomb College. And I know that that pottery was made from like around the 1850s to the 1940s. And some of those pieces of pottery can sell for $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 if they're in pristine condition. A lot of them have the same color palette, but they have very repetitive patterns, which is beautiful. But I love that this looks so handmade. This one is headed home and I'm going to put it in our living room, and it's going to be so fun to mix this in with some other more modernist pieces. And I can't wait to share that with all of you soon. Today's episode was awesome. I found some great stuff, but wait until you see part 2, because the same day that I found all this stuff behind me, I found some killer deals at thrift stores. So I will see you in that brand new episode very soon.